Okay, so the thing is, right? This is the thing right here. This is the thing. So, whatever the people actually think, like, think that, okay, so we're thinking that this picture looks like the girl. We're thinking that this action was a good action. So, everything that they know, I know already. So I know exactly what picture they think the girl looks like, which one is the picture that looks like a girl, or which one doesn't look like a girl. I know all those things. So does it make sense to you? Does it make a little bit of sense to you? Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense to me. So I'm gonna upload this on discussion board privately because these were only members. No one can see this. No one can be a part of this. Just gonna be for members. So I'm just gonna upload it to discussion board, and the thing is, right, like, they think that I'm not aware of what they don't think I'm aware of what I see, or what I do, or what I say, and what they're thinking. They don't think realize that I know exactly what they're thinking. You know what I'm thinking? Yeah. So it's like, in the end of the day, they're getting played, and we're not meaning to play them, but they're getting played by themselves because they think my phone died yesterday and everything was changed up. When I charged the phone inside the jewelry shop and I took those pictures, and that's what the facade is all about right now, that they're not aware. By the time they realize after 3 or 4 days that, oh, she played us or he played us, so what should we do? So by the time they realize that, it's going to be too late. Yeah, it's going to be too late. Yeah. Because this will go on the discussion board anyhow, right? So might as well just do something that kind of makes sense in the end of the day, but we are not prioritizing our feelings towards something that is so born born to be so affirmed by such negligence. Oh my god, what am I saying? Such negligence, 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 such negligence that it kind of debates whether which girl is who. So basically, Shiva, Norina, a devil or an angel can speak into any words. They can speak into any language. They can speak any words, and they can speak. They can come into any form. There's no doubt about that. So you don't get hesitated when you see an angel, and people who are extremely prayerful and who pray to the God, they can see angels from far away. They know who's an angel, who's a fraud, who's a thief, who's a liar, who's a drunk driver, who's a drug addict, who's what. People can see that, especially in Islamic countries, people can see angels from far away. And there's no doubt about when you can see an angel and what a real angel looks like, or what a fake angel looks like with makeup on, and that doesn't even count as an angel. But when the real people see, like for example, my mom looks like me. So if I put makeup on my face, my mom will never look like me. Does it make sense to you a little bit? My mom will never look like me if I put makeup on. But when I don't put makeup on, I look like my mom. And well, how did I tell you that you look like your mom? Because you have no makeup on, so the way you're born, as a child or as a kid, you're supposed to look like your parents. But when you put makeup on your face, it changes your full features. You look like a older person with a lot of makeup on your face. So when a natural person looks like their parents when they don't have makeup on. And when you put a little bit of lip balm or lipstick or something like that, that does not make any difference in your life. Because it doesn't. The whole point is not to put foundation, mascara, or something that enhances your look so much that you look like a totally different person. So I look like my mom when I don't have makeup on or anything like that. So every day people tell me you look like your mom because they can see the natural beauty, and people can see angels from far away. People can see devils from far away. Cats, animals, birds. They can hear angels. They can hear birds. They can hear devils. They can hear every kind of unknown species that there is in the world from far away, especially in the Islamic country. So when I tell you Narina, I'm talking out of Narina's language. Narina is me and I'm Narina. Shiva is Narina and Shiva is Narina. And I'm speaking Arabic. Therefore, it's easy for me to do it. Why? I'm not saying I'm an angel, but I'm something very close to an entity that you have never even thought about in your life. And what I have proof. I have proof my aunt, I have proof my mom, I have proof my uncle in this house. So you tell me, if I'm faking my stuff right now, how can you fake a person stuff to a person that goes to a mosque and even the imam or even the prophet says, okay, first they hesitate, first they're like, oh, okay, you should clean your makeup. Before 1 day goes by, 2 days go by, 3 days go by, and 4 days they're like, okay, you have nothing on your face, so what do we have here? What kind of theoretical embellished evidence that we have that you are some kind of a devil, some kind of shaitan, or some kind of an angel? Let me get something straight here. Let me get something straight here. I'm not perfect. I'm not the most cleanest person alive. I'm not the most sufficient person alive. I'm not the most embarked person alive. I'm not the most determined person alive. But when I tell you something like there's something going on inside my body that is not true, then believe it for change. I'm not talking about being pregnant. I'm not talking about being vulnerable to diseases or anything like that. I'm talking about being enlightened by a spiritual guide that is not real and that's talking to me towards from their mouth and from my mouth towards their feelings, and now they're speaking in Arabic, ancient Arabic. So what evidence do we have to advocate here to understand that something is a total misconception of what people are portraying my personality as, thinking that I'm playing a game here, thinking I'm playing a video game here, thinking I'm playing a kid's musical chair game here, when this is something that is very bound to be extremist type relationship that's coming out of my mouth and talking out of my mouth. I don't drink water. I don't bath that much, but in the morning I get up, I have stubbles on my face, I have just a little bit dry mouth, maybe just a little dull face in the beginning, but then I wash my face, get up, take a shower, comes back to normal. These are tattoos, so these aren't real. So maybe this or the lip balm, and that's about it. I don't understand what else there is that I could be faking about. So understanding spiritual guides is something that is very upturned by religious beliefs when it comes to ponder misconception of life itself. Now, when I tell you something is talking to me over and over again from my mouth and it's speaking to me in Arabic now, ancient Arabic from the 40s, I'm not lying to you. I'm not doing this to get into girls' pants. I'm not doing this to get into girls, flirt with a girl, or make up a story that I'm gonna have a girl so girls can pay attention to me. None of that. Because you can put me to the test. I don't want a girlfriend or I don't want a relationship because for the reason that it's kind of improvising such morality on my behavior that it's impossible for me to even say something like that at this time of my life because this person that has had a grab onto me is not letting me go. And you can try prayers, you can try a Muslim prayer, you can try Muslim wudud, you can try Muslim gathering for a prayer to get rid of this entity, but it's not going to happen. Because you can play a game for 1 year, you can play a game for a couple months. I've been playing the same game for the last 9 years now. The same person is coming into different forms, different entities, different function based, different people, different scenarios, different approach, and this time it approached me with the Arabic form. So what can you tell me, what evidence do you have to evident such remarkable idea that is so not true when it comes to human sense? Meaning, for the people who don't understand, meaning human sense, that for the people, it's unbelievable. Something like this is unbelievable. It's not true. It can never happen. It's impossible. So, how can I convince you to tell you that there's a person talking to me in Arabic, and whether you like it or not, whether I'm on camera or whether I'm in person, the person, I might be not as bright in person like this, but I look the same in person, but a person's talking to me literally in Arabic, and they're speaking words to me which I don't even understand. For the Muslim brothers and sisters, whoever are out there, and you can understand this, it's like a normal feeling of such attribute that is kind of demanding worship from God, but it's kind of demanding worship from self-being to be programmed in a lock zone. إما خالقكم إنه صون بله صون والخانقي شدكي إنه رحيم ونلازيك نازهومي والستيبكو الشبل السينه سدبي خدنكو طونه للسيني. For the Muslim brothers and Arabic people, you understand what I just said. And this is not me talking. I did a prayer once with the Imam, I did a prayer twice with the Imam, I did a prayer 3 times with the Imam, and this started happening to me. Now you tell me why. So basically the Imam comes to my house, he sits right there, and I sit right here, and we do a prayer, and we do a prayer which I know the whole thing by myself, and I do the prayer myself. I did it once, I did it twice, I did it 3 times, I did it for a week, I did it for 2 weeks, and by the end of second half week, this started happening to me. Somebody started talking to me in Arabic. Like, let me get something straight. I'm not the owner of any malls here. I'm not the owner of any kind of cities here. I'm not from Dubai. I'm not from Abu Dhabi. I'm not from Saudi Arabia. But this person is clearly an Arabic girl talking to me from her mouth and kind of telling me things after 2 weeks of my prayers have started. It's the same girl, but it's talking to me from a different language. Now you tell me why. What does it say in the Bible and the Quran about such moral way that is kind of dependent on energetic sequences and traumas that come from a mind that is not drug habit like, or alcoholism like, or even dependent substances that can trigger your mind to do such things. I'm in a whole different country where you can't even buy drugs. I came from Canada. Okay, in Canada you could say that I could buy drugs. I would be high on some kind of drug, methamphetamine, heroin, whatever you want to call it. I'll be high on that. And I'll be talking shit out of my mouth and saying all these things because I was high on some kind of drug. But now I came from a whole different country and I flew here, and it's like you can't smuggle drugs on the plane, you can't buy drugs here, and I don't even know anyone that will sell me drugs here in the first place because it's impossible to get drugs here from the people because they're all Islamic. So what do we have here? What kind of evidence and what kind of investigation do we have here to put on the table to tell me that this is not a true story and this is not something barged in to my life to either save my life, to either teach me a lesson, or either to grab onto me as a love proposal or marriage? How am I, what can I be, what can I be doing here to, what can I be doing here to lie about, what can I be doing to say that I'm lying? What can I be doing to fraud a person, or why would I fraud a person when I don't have anything to fraud about? First you thought it was desperation, then you thought it was in climate, then you thought it was chlamydia, then you thought it was schizophrenia, then you thought it was bipolar, then you thought it was vengeance of karma, then you thought it was self-possession, then you thought it was drugs. So these things are out of the everything is out of the picture now. So what can we debate here rather than to be sitting here saying that let me tell you something, one more thing from your mind that I'm reading, that Nazi is back and Shiva is gone. So what kind of PlayStation games are you guys playing here to tell me that this can be collaborated with sickness or drug habit when none of these things are even in alignment with such behavior? I'm just waiting for a quick response here because I'm not sure, because something is kind of wanky here, and something is kind of disturbing when it comes to you people laughing at me on a daily basis and making fun of me when I go to the mall or go on the streets and staring at me like I'm some kind of animal or creature from a whole different country or a whole different planet. Before we get anything straight, a person that is kind of telling you that this is happening to them on purpose and this is a very ballistic and very born idea that was kind of put together as a fun game in the beginning, but it turned into a full Metal Gear Solid kind of mapped out game. Now she's not hurting me, or I'm not hurting whoever it is, he or she. She's not hurting me, or he's not hurting me. But it's like a person that's grab onto you and they're not gonna let you go. They're protecting you so much. They're so overprotective of you that they are grabbing onto you, and they are trying to tell you, "Don't wake up." Now this girl is not Chinese. This girl is not Asian. This girl is not Japanese. So you can cut out the bullshit. This girl is Arabic speaking. This girl is Saudi. This girl is Arabic Palestinian or whatever you want to call it. Because I'm going to speak a little words to you right now that's coming out of her mouth, and she's speaking these words from my mouth when I tell her to speak. So tell me, what am I lying about, and what evidence do we have here to put your story on my side so I can back you up? What insurance do you give me? What assurance do you give me that you will tell me something that's so true? Because everything you have said so far is so out of the radar and so out of the storyboard, and so the alignment is so off that we don't, if we want to believe you when you say something, we can't believe you. We can't believe you because it doesn't make sense. It's not true. It doesn't make sense. You're saying this girl is Japanese. She's not Japanese. She's Arabic. You're saying this because you will think that you had my heart and we will never be a word apart. In magazine, you'll always be my star. That's why you're doing this. Let's get realistic here, people. This is not about a little child's 2-year-old game that we're playing, that you want to be a star, so you want to say that this girl is Japanese. Let's be realistic here, and what you don't see, I see. What this person is trying to tell you, you don't understand. Because you don't understand ancient Arabic. So I'm going to settle this right now, at this point, as an adult, towards an adult, and you tell me what evidence do you have for me to back you up and tell you you're right, and I should just get married and leave all this behind. You don't give me anything. You haven't proven anything to me. You haven't proven anything to me in the last couple of years for me to even say that I should believe you and I should just move on. Inna shukli wa tahusibi inna khatli nikhlitini shitaviri wa nahulu suduhu wa lahu subi Allahu wa lahisi di khaba. Shigdini. Basically, for the Arab people and Arab people, you'll understand exactly what I just said. This is ancient era, and I'm keeping up with more of the ancient era. I don't care who this person is. I don't care if it's Shiva, I don't care if it's Nazi, or I don't care if it's Narina. I don't care who it is, but I'm going to be talking the same talk every single day to get my word out there so every people can listen to what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, because these are some very difficult times for people to understand where we're coming from, and there's no water left in the world. So you can take a step back and let go of your I want to be a star, I want to be a movie star, I want to be a TV star, I want to talk to somebody. Let all that go. That's why we don't take people seriously. Because you got to all about the same thing over and over again. That's not how life works. Let's stop right there. I'm gonna stop this right here. Think about it and just think about it, okay?